Doak Campbell Stadium bathed in sunshine, 63 degrees for a very hot-blooded rivalry between the Florida Gators and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese made mention of a potential huge day for the ACC as Clemson and moments ago Georgia Tech each snap 5-game losing streaks against their SEC backyard rivals. Kentucky and Louisville back and forth, and the scene is set for the highest impact game of those four, Florida State and Florida. Kirk Herbstreit alongside Heather Cox is on the field. So not just the ACC SEC thing, which will be big for this conference in the ACC, but Florida State's playoff hopes, the 27-game winning streak, a lot on the line.
A lot on the line, and you have a head coach for Florida coming into this game, and it's his last game. He will not coach in a bowl game. Nothing would make him or his players happier than not only knocking off Florida State, but ruining their chances to try to qualify to get into that Final Four. And for Florida State, it's same old, same old. The demise of these last 5 or 6 weeks is they start slow, but they finish strong. This is not the kind of defense they want to start slow. That trend needs to change, I think, for Florida State to feel good about their chances.
The Gators say don't question their hunger or their confidence. They did, of course, win here 2 years ago, the last team to beat Florida State. But Treon Harris is a young quarterback. He says his knee is okay. Is he up to this game today?
Well, we're going to find out. He's a true freshman, and they've really changed their attack offensively since he's been inserted into the lineup over the last few weeks. More about the running game, more about trying to create or avoid the turnover and put him in situations where he can just manage the game. Now, today against Florida State, they're going to load the line of scrimmage. He's going to get one-on-one opportunities on the outside. He's going to need to make plays, not just with his feet, but also his arm today.
And avoid turnovers. Jimbo Fisher says that Jameis Winston's right ankle feels fine. Noles as healthy as they've been in some time, protecting their house and a 27-game win streak. The Seminoles and the Gators coming up with a beautiful day from Tallahassee.
In the rivalry to start slow. Dante Fowler and this Florida defense will create havoc. It's important for Florida State to match that intensity early in this game.
And Williams started to come in motion, so an early flag on Florida State's offense. A false start.
54 offense, 5 yards, still first downs.
Jeff Flanagan, an ACC.
Now playing in this game against one another.
So 1st and 15 after the penalty on Trey Jackson. Williams hammers ahead.
Up Dalvin Cook, number 4, the true freshman, and Dante Fowler will create havoc, and along with Vernon Hargraves, the top corner, number 1, he'll get an opportunity to go up against Green quite a bit today.
It'll be a great matchup to watch. On 2nd and 10, Winston flips it short in the flat, and that's Williams making a catch, but tackled. Very talented true freshman going up against a battle-tested veteran on that edge. 3rd and 6. Winston backpedals, fires over the middle, almost intercepted. Andre DeBose, the senior, back to receive the punt of Kaysen Beatty, who is pressured, and a flag comes out. A flag comes out as DeBose takes the return and gets into Florida State territory, but they ran into Beatty. Florida's special teams have been a problem this season. An area
foul, roughing the kicker, 85. Defense, 15 yards, first down.
Wasn't a lot of contact, but enough to draw the personal foul.
And it's exactly what Florida wanted to avoid in this kind of situation. Like
Chris Thompson there?
Yeah. Thompson, a receiver coming off the edge. Did he rough him or did he run into him? Did he touch him? Well, maybe it was on the follow-through. I don't think that the initial contact was it at all.
Kind of brushed him sock right there.
He didn't touch him there. Kicker, not roughing the kicker.
A 5-yard penalty would not have given them a first down.
That's right.
Pressure on Winston, delivers a first down throw, intercepted. Another first half interception as Jabari Gorman stepped in front of the receiver.
Early in this game, they are challenging Rashad Green and these wide receivers from Florida State. They're playing man-to-man. They're trying to disrupt the timing. This is a heck of an effort right here to be able to get balls thrown out, actually out in front. But Jabari Gorman reaches and makes an amazing interception there.
His first pick of the season, Mario Pender, the intended receiver, with great hands.
I don't think he...
Seminoles 39-yard line. Matt Jones is the tailback. Dunbar comes in motion in front of the true freshman quarterback. Jones They want to make him a workhorse. They want to challenge. Harris on the edge. Play action. Fires. Incomplete.
Ball and trying to play smart on the offensive side since that Missouri game where they had all the turnovers.
Third downs have been a problem for the Gators all season long. They need 7. Harris fires downfield, looking for Quinton Dunbar, overthrew him.
If they end up going for it or punting, the way his defense has started out, more likely try to pin back that Florida State offense. But really good coverage, tight coverage by P.J. Williams. Quinton Dunbar could not get any separation at all.
Now this Jeff Driscoll.
Look at this formation.
This is a little bit of a tricky look. Driscoll, they're number 6. They're running out of time. You're 1 in the play clock, and they won't get it away if they are trying to do something tricky before having to spend a timeout.
And Will's fired up. Frustrated.
Field goal attempt of 53 yards from the junior or sophomore Austin Hardin. This would be a career long. It's right at the edge of his range. Muschamp going the more conventional route after the timeout. He's 3 of 4, all from distance this year. It is straight, and it is through. So Austin Hardin, a new career long from officially 52 yards, and the Gators turn the interception into a field goal. He made no excuses, didn't win enough games. It's simple. But as a coach, you want to believe you've had a lasting impact on players' lives. And one way they show you that they care about you is to go out and give a great effort.
Absolutely right. They were able to capitalize there on that turnover. That's big in rivalry games.
If he would get carried off, it would be just as sweet as it would be for Zook or any coach. So the kickoff taken by Kermit Whitfield at the 2. Follows his blockers out across the 20. Winston back to work after throwing the interception in his first possession.
And the way Florida's playing them defensively, they are not backing down. They are aggressive. That's kind of their nature. They bring a lot of pressure. They blitz. They play a lot of man-to-man. They challenge you. And right now, Vernon Hargraves at the bottom is matched up head-to-head with the All-American Rashad Green.
Dalvin Cook, the talented true freshman who's come on so big in the second half of the season into the ball game and takes the handoff. Full third start over there, Johnson. Winston on second down, fires a missile incomplete. On third down, Winston over the middle, almost picked, was it? Yes! Quincy Wilson, a second interception for Jameis Winston in the first 6 minutes of the game.
Well, the first was by Jabari Gorman, the senior from Miami, and now Quincy Wilson, a freshman. How about this effort right here? Goes airborne, somehow gets his shoulder under it, comes up with his second interception here, this early start of this game for the Gators. Plus territory again for Treon Harris and this Gators offense.
Gorman and Wilson Kirk each making their first pick of the season. They hand it off to Kelvin Taylor. For a true freshman.
A quarter or a half, you have to play them for 60 minutes with the same type of intensity.
They hand it off to Kelvin Taylor. He is hammered immediately, filling Reggie.
Pass coverage was something he struggled with early in the year.
Matthew Thomas, the talented young linebacker, suspended for the first half today because of a targeting penalty last week. So Northrop will have to carry the load in this first 30 minutes. Harris on third down, in the pocket, delivers a strike across the middle of LaTroy Pittman, and he has
They're able to have that time, and they execute.
Powell, the freshman, in the slot. Taylor to the right of the quarterback. Now they hand it to Powell. On a sweep, knocked out hard by Tyler Hunter.
Against his Knowles defense.
Seminoles show pressure off the edge. Taylor runs it to the left. A short gain, but it'll... On 3rd and 3, Harris rolls, throws high, caught, hammered hard was Powell, but they spot him across. See it? And once again, they spot it on the Florida sideline and spend the timeout because Harris did not notice. You know, the Gators now, after the timeout, the first down at the Seminoles' 27-yard line. All 10 plays they have run so far have been in Florida State territory following interceptions. Knowles crowded line of scrimmage. Delvin Taylor just lowers his shoulder and hard.
Been close to getting a delay of game.
Harris drops back, takes a shot at the end zone. Looping ball off the hands of Demarcus Robinson. His top tee on Robinson. That's a matchup the Gators would like to see today. They're 2 of 3 on third down. Need 5 yards here. Harris still has it. Now tries to escape. Flipped over the head and off the hands of his receiver.
Pittman across the middle. Watch number 9 right here work across the middle. But a good job of recognizing it by Terrence Smith. Right there, he takes him away, and that's where a young quarterback struggles. When you take away a primary on third down, and he's almost be able to convert.
Austin Hardin again. Made it a few minutes ago from 52. This from 39. Right through. But again, the Florida State defense able to keep the Gators out of the end zone. So despite the 2 early turnovers, Muschamp's team only up 6 midway first quarter. And each of the first 2 possessions resulting in third down interceptions by Winston. At the goal line, Williams. Gators have been good on coverage. A flag comes down. It's been one of the areas that has been a trouble spot for them. Give up an opening kickoff return touchdown. Marcus Murphy of Missouri, who also had a punt return for a touchdown in that game.
During the return, holding number 10. Penalties half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
Go back to the field goal that Florida made. There's Jalen Ramsey. This is what Will Muschamp was fired up about. Now, if he uses a player as leverage to go in the air or lands on any player, his own or an opponent, that would be a foul. He just went airborne with his 45-inch vertical. Will says he can't do that.
Yes,
he can't jump over. He must have
foot standing broad jump.
That was pretty good.
So the Noles pin back at their 7 after the penalty. Levenberry guilty of the penalty on the return. And here's a first down handoff. Cook running left, has the corner, has some room, knocked out at the 25. So Dalvin Cook, who's really come on strong in the second half of the season, gets him out of trouble.
Boy, he has such acceleration and got a good job by Florida State of sealing the edge, and then good blocks by Bobo Wilson, and then also you saw Rashad Green pick up a block. When you get a running back, not just to the corner, but now he's able to accelerate around the edge, that means good job by the end man on the line of scrimmage.
Almost 6 yards per carry. Got 21 that time, and now another false start on that offensive line.
And the big left tackle, Roderick Johnson, the true freshman.
False start. 77 offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Cook now takes a toss. Gators penetrated quickly and hit him for a loss. And
the Gator player from where he was as a freshman, still making plays, to who he is now. Now he's become a leader for this team.
Winston flips it short into traffic. Catch made and a hard hit delivered.
He has a vision that he has with those eyes.
You talk about how well he prepares, his talent, but the preparation that goes with it. Top tackler on this team. 3rd and 16 and a flag down. And as Winston buys time and flips it short, catch made on the run by Cook, who's knocked out. But we'll check the marker, which came out early in the backfield.
They may have had too many men in the backfield. No, we got all our defense.
Cook, you saw crouching down on the sidelines after being forced out following the catch. They're healthy at that position finally. Cook's been injured. So was Mario Pender.
Defense number 6. Penalties 5 yards. Still third down.
Dante.
Probably see some pressure here, man-to-man coverage on the outside. Move Fowler right over the center. See him, number 6. He's a defensive end, but they'll move him around.
Right up the middle, Winston flushed out, escapes. Still alive and flips it incomplete. You see the strength of Jameis Winston through in a hurry.
Well, that linebacker is here, and Fowler, instead of being here, he lines up here and brings pressure. They bring 2 in the A-gap. Cam Irving picks up Antonio Morrison on the blitz, and it frees up the best pass rusher, Dante Fowler.
So a punt from Beatty. It's a low kick. Andre DeBose lets it bounce. Now risky to field it. Now
he still escaped the trouble.
You saw Fisher and Randy Sanders conversing with Jameis, who was just 2 for 7. As Harris Fires downfield. Looping throw. Diving play by Brandon Powell. The freshman who came out of the slot makes a catch that sets up the Gators at the 28. 42 yards.
He goes after Jalen Ramsey and gets behind him. True freshman to true freshman. And that gives you an idea what Treon Harris can do throwing the football. He's better on 1st and 10, play action throws. When he gets man-to-man, it's an easy read. It's just his man outrunning the defender.
Ruling on the field was a catch.
That's an important play early in this game, perhaps for his confidence. Matt Jones back in the game to the quarterback's left. Jones has it, cuts it back, ran out of a tackle of Eddie Goldman. On 2nd and 8. Jones again, a physical back, muscles forward. It'll set up 3rd and manageable.
That really set this offense back. You can see there's skill on this roster and on this team.
On 3rd and 3, Harris had to throw the ball late. There was from 39. This one is from 43. So far, it's the Austin Hardin show. 3 field goals for the Gators, a 9-0 lead late first quarter. It's on the Egg Bowl. Kirk, you know, Jimbo Fisher's told us he's no longer going to focus on the slow starts of his team. The personality is they'll play their best when they're threatened, and they're threatened once again in a 9-0 hole. Muffing the kickoff and now having to fall on it. Back at the 40.
Defenses in the country, so Florida State does not want to dig themselves a big hole and have to come back again.
I formation, 1st down, handoff from Williams is dropped behind the line, flying through. Bullard, Darius Cummings, Caleb Brantley rotates in to go along with Brian Cox Jr. and Fowler as Winston rolls in the end zone, picked off again. A 3rd pick in the first quarter. Brian Poole this time. And it's 1st and goal for Florida. Are you kidding?
Unbelievable to see Jameis Winston in these first halves. 13. He leads the FBS with 13 first half interceptions. And here he just does not understand or feel what Brian Poole is trying to do in coverage. Brian Poole's going to be out here in the flat. And I want you to watch. He thinks he's going to stay in man-to-man coverage right here. Right here, he thinks he's locked up. He doesn't realize that he's going to potentially come off of Rashad Green, and he drops. It's a last moment. He drops back and makes a play. Comes off of covering Rashad Green, sinks back and makes an outstanding play.
It's a big moment now for the Noles defense trying to keep the Gators out of the end zone. A 1st down throw, and it's picked off. Picked off by Terrence Smith, who's headed the other way. A convoy of blockers. Terrence Smith all the way to the end zone. Westbrook was the receiver that had his hands on the ball. 94 yards later, a game-changing pick-6 for Florida State.
Just like that. As bad as this first quarter has gone, Jameis Winston with 3 interceptions. They're pinned back deep in their own territory yet again, the way they have. They've been starting an average at their own 12-yard line. In the blink of an eye, their defense steps up, makes the play of the game.
Rod Johnson, the right tackle for the Gators down on the field, helped up. You saw Muschamp just livid, and that Tevin Westbrook, the tight end, had a chance to perhaps gather that 1st down throw. You just had a feeling the Noles defense, which had done a pretty good job keeping the Gators out of the end zone, despite the 2 picks, stepped up and just turned this thing around right there with 1:12 to play in the quarter.
I don't know if I've ever seen one play more symbolic for both teams. For both teams. For Florida State and the way they just seem to come up with answers.
The whole season.
And yeah, for the entire season. And for Florida, where at times they look like, hey, they've got the athletes, they've got the guys to be able to compete, and only to self-destruct.
Roberto Aguayo, 47 for 47 points after this year.
Terrence Smith, 24, right in the middle. Now, this ball's thrown pretty hard, and obviously you'd like to see him hold on to that. But a really, really nice play here by Terrence Smith with the instincts to see that football in the air and go up and make a play on it. Watch here. He throws back into where the defense is. Westbrook should have held on to the ball, but it's a nice job by Tyler Hunter pushing away Westbrook, and then the ball goes into the air. And there's Terrence Smith, again, one of these leaders who had to step up this year. I thought he might run out of gas at this point. But
he's running out of gas.
the convoy leads him all the way to the end zone.
His second pick of the season, Jameis Winston enjoying the highlight on the big screen.
We got a pick.
I think 94 yards is about the limit for Big Terrence. He's lucky that no Gator was able to get past that convoy of blockers to get near him. Wow. Now, how will the young quarterback react? Didn't do anything wrong. Maybe it wasn't right on the spot, but certainly Westbrook should have made the catch.
Yeah, Kurt Roper told us this week, he said, I've been shocked as for a true freshman. He's really played with great poise this year. And I don't know if he's just young and he doesn't know any better, or if that's just how he's wired. Well, that poise is about to be tested right now.
Low boot from McGuire drives it right through the end zone. Down to Heather Cox. Gators snap not in Florida State territory of this game. And they hand it off to Taylor, who hammers ahead.
And then they play at a different level in the second half.
That's for sure. But slow is a kind way to put it. But he's done in this quarter.
Yeah.
Harris, delayed keeper, but hammered in the backfield by Northrup and company. 3rd and long.
That's a nice job also here by Chris Kasher, the sophomore who's been playing more and more for this defense, number 21. They are crowding that line of scrimmage, really forcing Harris to see if he can throw to move the ball. 21 in there in the bottom.
Knowles show pressure. Harris has protection, fires far side, and a completion for a first down.
On Harris on 3rd down.
His 44th catch of the season. First down handoff to Kelvin Taylor, the next receiver.
Better Robinson, what he can do.
They'd like to have a few more guys around him. This is not a very deep core, not what they're used to at Florida, that's for sure. Harris takes off on 2nd down, tries to get the corner, run down nicely by DeMarcus. Another 3rd down. They're 3 of 6 so far. Harris again gets protection. Slipping was the receiver Quinton Dunbar. No flag.
Watch the right arm of number 3, Ronald Darby, right there. They kind of collide with one another.
Net gain that allowed Spurrier and company to come away with the win. High kick. And Green watches it sail out of bounds. Will start inside their own 8-yard line. A handoff to Cook. What do you do if you're Jimbo Fisher?
Back with your quarterback struggling, you've got to trust him.
Another handoff to Cook, who has a first down, hammering out to the 20-yard line. That's just the second.
Talked to Jimbo about it yesterday. He said it's glad it's a low ankle sprain instead of high, but still not perfect.
Carlos Williams takes off and barrels out near midfield. So 3 runs for Florida State from their 8s to the 49.
And watch the right guard, Trey Jackson, does a nice job at taking Antonio Morrison out of the play. Morrison has made so many plays, but this time the big right guard at 330 pounds was able to get up to him, and that opened that hole for Carlos Williams,
who gained 27.
It's a line because they have asserted themselves here on this drive.
Here's a first down carry again. Williams hammers forward, gains almost 10. Indicator the 3rd pick. They got it right back. The pick 6.
Watch this hole on the right side that's created. Cam Irving turns his body, the big center, back to the inside. He kind of sealed it to the inside, and the right side, the right guard and the right tackle, Jackson and Bobby Hart also opened it up. Just like you could have driven a truck through that hole.
In the shotgun, Winston fires far side. Catch made on the end by Travis. Of course, the average yards to go has been up over 8. A lot of guys bunched on the line. Winston collects a high snap, fires short, caught. First down, Rashad Green, thrown out at the 40.
Exception that time, just a step or 2 behind the senior Green.
So just the 4th completion for Jameis. They go back to a first down run, and Cook, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Bullard. Winston on 2nd and 9. Tried to get it to O'Leary. Well covered there by Morrison. Crowd wanted a flag. Don't get one.
I think the fans, and especially the bench, was frustrated because Morrison's left arm wrapped around Nick O'Leary. All week long, Will Muschamp has challenged his linebackers to not let Nick O'Leary push off. See his left arm? It was wrapped around the waist right there. Even grabbed the jersey.
Yep.
That's what Jimbo Fisher was fired up about.
He was right to be. And never getting called for. You said you can tell Jimbo I said that.
Tell Jimbo. That was 3rd and long again.
O'Leary knows all the tricks, doesn't he? On 3rd down, Winston fires near side for Green. Leaping catch, shoved out of the 10. Worked against Hargraves, that marquee matchup on the edge, and Green won that time.
This is a beautiful job by Rashad Green of coming back to the football. Ball is thrown intentionally back on that back shoulder fade. He does a nice job of locating the football. That is timing between a receiver and his quarterback. And a
29 yards sets up the Noles' 1st and goal. Option look. Winston falls forward for about 3. The 11th play of the drive. They moved it 86 yards to be in scoring position here. On 2nd down, fumbled the snap, and now a scrum.
Does it look like Michael Taylor?
Fellas. Winston's got the football, so Florida State's going to keep it. But Cam Irving, you talked about the talented tackle, moved into the center position. He's a pretty good snapper. Communication's usually pretty good, but not on that snap.
No, we've only seen a couple mistakes. One time with Cam Irving with a missed snap from the shotgun. How in the heck does Jameis Winston get that football?
The ball was kicked. You can see it was kicked.
I mean, Cam Irving's on top of it. Michael Taylor, the middle linebacker's on top of it. Right there, his right hand. I think he has a leg and a football. Somehow he comes up with a ball.
Here with Kelvin Benjamin, it was an easy call in the red zone. They've only scored 29 touchdowns in their 46 red zone trips. That's not a very good percentage for a talented offense.
There's O'Leary right here.
4 receivers. 2 to each side of the formation, and you see the tight end to the right.
Here's Green right there.
Winston, pressure, throws, end zone, leaping catch, touchdown O'Leary. His 107th career catch, 4th touchdown this season. And Winston with a touchdown pass to put the Seminoles on top.
And the location of the throw is the key. Down in that red zone area without Kelvin Benjamin, Nick O'Leary has become the go-to guy. What an advantage. It's 6'3" over May at 6 feet tall. But I love where he put the ball because of the size advantage of Nick O'Leary.
A 93-yard drive, 12 plays, 5:03. It began with the runs of Cook.
Right here, and here's the safety that's going to try to stay with him. The safety runs with him, but if we could freeze it right where he makes the catch. Watch for the location right there. See the location of that football up and away where May did not have a chance.
I'm not sure why they'd look at that. A very clear catch by the tight end there.
There's a great look at it right there. May doesn't have a chance to come back and make a play on that football. That's great. For as bad as his first half has gone for Jameis Winston, great job of putting the ball exactly where it needed to be for O'Leary to make that catch.
What a drive. This came on 3rd down plays. On that last drive, a 3rd and 9 completion to Green for 29 yards, and the touchdown to O'Leary was on the 3rd and goal. But it's the Seminole defense that turned around this game. The pick 6 of 94 yards. Terrence Smith, a long kick to the end zone. Brought out by DuBose. And knocked down across the 20. So now for the...
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It is time for today's Aflac Trivia question. You alluded to that 2004 Florida State game earlier. Who started at quarterback for the Seminoles in that 2004 loss to Florida?
Chris Ricks was here.
Yeah.
Is he here?
Ricks, did he not start?
I thought 04 was his last year.
Did he not start that game? Is it a trick question?
Oh, of course it's a trick question. You know what? There was a receiver.
Harris, a first down throw, ball tapped at the line of scrimmage.
Pressure, something that we saw last year and we're seeing this year. Gets his hands up and knocked that ball away.
Now it's Jones on second down. The short gain up the middle. Reggie Northrup on the stand for 240 against this Noles defense with a scheme that at times can look somewhat similar. And third down, Harris fires over the middle, has a receiver wide open and cradling it.
Good patience that time by Harris sitting in that pocket.
Now a first down throw against the blitz. They dump it off to Dunbar again in a very short gain.
Easier decisions.
Three receivers to the right. Howell, who made the big play from the slot earlier, is there again. They hand it off to Jones. Again, not much there.
And Treon Harris is going to have to make plays in the zone read game with his feet.
Harris needs 6 on this third down. Steps up. Looping throw for Dunbar. Intercepted. Intercepted. LaMarcus Brutus was there playing center field. And another takeaway for Florida State.
This is part of being a young quarterback is you have a safety right here. It's not just about this read. It's about this read. Watch what he does and how long he waits. The ball's got to be out right now and thrown right here when you have a safety. He still has the ball in his hands. And look how long he waits. He floats the ball, and it gives the safety plenty of time to come over and make the interception to get the ball back to Jameis Winston.
First pick of the year for Brutus. Let's get the ball back. This is Dalvin Cook. Bounces away. Sutterstep and Dalvin Cook off and running. Out to the 41-yard line. And Jabari Gordon forced him out, but Cook makes another play to start a drive.
6 feet, 200-pound true freshman. Play is designed to go left. It's closed down. Keeps the play alive. Doesn't give up on it. Little stutter step. Goes around the safety. Boy, this is a nice-looking freshman back who's had a great year this year. Without Carlos Williams, that kind of the dominant back, Cook has emerged to become the go-to guys for the Noles as we get closer to the postseason.
23-yarder. You went right around Vernon Hargraves there. Hard hit. Flying up is Gorm.
And we will answer the Aflac Trivia question right here. Gentlemen, you were correct. It was a trick question. Chris Ricks here, but it was Wyatt Sexton who started in 2004. And the quarterback you were alluding to, 2002, Anquan Bolden.
Yeah.
Good guess.
Yep.
So Sexton started but did not finish. Ricks came on, had a pick late in that game.
That's right.
Helped the Gators with that upset 10 years ago. Second down throw. Winston steps away. He'll run. Gets a block on the edge and scoots out of bounds. Ankle looked okay there. And here comes a flag. The Noles hit him out of bounds, or the Gators hit him out of bounds on their own sideline.
Oh, that's a cheap shot. I mean, for all the stuff that Jameis Winston takes, he's running out of bounds, and a Florida Gator player on the sideline takes a swing at it. Right there. Are you kidding me? Throw him out of the game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 92.
Throw him out.
On the defense. 15 yards, we added to the end of the run.
It's Gerald Willis. He's a true freshman defensive lineman.
He should be thrown out of the game. Hopefully he is. I don't know if that's Florida taking him out on their own or if he's just being thrown out of the game, but he should be. That's where he deserves to be, in the locker room. That's pathetic.
Well, he's done for the day.
Goodbye.
And that sets up the Seminoles at the 39-yard line. Not the way you want your very first encounter in a rivalry game to end as a freshman. A brain cramp. Play action. Winston pressured. Gets it away. Complete. Diving catch by O'Leary down to the 20. Winston once again had to dodge pressure.
Yeah, man to man, and now when you do things like that to a competitor like Jameis Winston, all that's going to do is cause you 15 yards, and now you're going to get him back into this game, and he's going to find his rhythm here as a quarterback. Good job of feeling the pressure, and there's Nick O'Leary again, this time running away from Jalen Tabor, the corner. Man to man again for the Gators defense.
Winston still has it, gets a block, and knocked down inside the 15-yard line. That's an indication the ankle feels a lot better this week.
But Jimbo said it's 90 to 95%. We've not seen the zone read from Jameis Winston since maybe week 2 or 3. And they'll sprinkle it in just enough the way Stanford used to with Andrew Luck, just from time to time to remind you that it's in the package and make you have to account for it. And if you don't, you pick up 6 or 7 yards.
Possibly a slight limp after the play. It still gets swollen and stiff after the game.
That's a strut.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
2nd and 4. Hand up to Cook. Picks his way. Dalvin Cook hammering down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Florida State. Trying to stretch the lead before halftime.
The other thing when you take a cheap shot at Jameis Winston, it does, not only does it fire him up, it fires up his teammates, especially his offensive line, who's starting on the last drive, and it's carried over into this drive. Remember, I talked about what a great battle work swung in the other direction, and right now the Noles are getting physical up front.
Handoff inside. Not a clean exchange between Winston and Williams. Play action. Winston flips for the end zone. Wide open once again is O'Leary. That's 2 for the tight end.
And the same exact matchup with Marcus May, the safety. That is not a good matchup. He's undersized to be able to handle Nick O'Leary's quickness and his size. It's a lethal combination. He's an NFL tight end, but Marcus May was beaten right at the line of scrimmage. I happen to be looking at O'Leary on that play. As soon as the ball is snapped, watch how May gets into trouble, number 20. He lets O'Leary get around him, and now he's in catch-up mode. He's grabbing his jersey, he's grabbing his pants. It's a rub route. He turns around, he loses the receiver, loses O'Leary in coverage. An easy throw from Jameis Winston for the touchdown.
All right, Reese, thank you. That is tough news about J.T. Barrett. For the Noles now, Kirk.
Yeah, and you have that one-on-one matchup with O'Leary, like I said, against May. And this is a great job up front. Allowed Jameis Winston to step up into the throw with that pocket. In these last couple drives, time it was 8 plays, 83 yards, following a 12-play drive where they went over 90. So whatever was missing in that.
Jameis 6 of 7 in those 2 drives combined. Now they hand it off to Kelvin Taylor. Nothing doing on the ground today.
Much in their playbook because of his inexperience.
Jones, not much there. It'll be 3rd and long. 3rd and 8. Gators don't convert. Noles are going to get the ball back. Harris fires low and incomplete. Trying to get a diddling start for the quarterback. You can't play much worse as a quarterback than Jameis did in that first quarter, but very sharp since then. Pretty short punt. Green steps up, makes the fair catch at the 35.
Than him just coming out here and lighting it up. I mean, he could not have had a worse first quarter with 3 interceptions than you can even imagine. And for him to be able to put that behind him, compartmentalize that, as Jimbo says, and then turn it around these last couple drives, I think that says a lot about who he is and the composure that he plays with.
A first down throw from Winston into traffic. Once again, tried to find. And 2nd down. Over the middle again. Catch made out near midfield. Nope, not to say in. Just need about 25 yards to give Aguayo a reasonable chance at a field goal before halftime. Play clock down at 4. Gators say the Noles moved. They're pointing at Irving, the center.
False start. Offense, 75, 5 yards, still third down.
He flinched the football.
Different opinions from guys who said he should have been thrown out. We certainly didn't join that chorus.
No.
As Cook takes a shot on the near sideline.
Miscommunication.
Bill Lamonier, our consultant, says that that center actually should be between the center and the guard. It wasn't lined up in the perfect position there. On the snap, it's blocked. The Gators scoop it up. A chance perhaps for Florida to strike before halftime here as they block Beatty's punt. Wow.
And Chris, by not scooping and scoring, the Gators potentially cost themselves a touchdown. With the way their offense is struggling, they had a chance there to pick it up and take it into the end zone for a touchdown. There's a jailbreak. There's 3 different Gators right in there, and they had a chance to be able to pick that ball up.
Was that even blocked?
No, I don't.
Is it just a whiff?
I think he just stopped moving his leg.
Yeah.
McNeely right here, he has a chance to pick it up. Yeah, he just stops. He sees that.
Yeah,
he sees
that
all
just
those,
hit the ground.
But McNeely right there, pick it up. He at least has a chance under the end zone to come up with a touchdown.
That actually counts, I think, as a fumble, not even a blocked punt. So the Gators on first down. Harris throwing to the end zone. Touchdown! Clay Burton collects it, and perhaps the Gators a chance to turn momentum back their way.
A wheel route, and Mario Edwards at 275 pounds is in coverage. That's not his M.O.
You can say that again.
And did he get his left foot down without touching the line? Catches the ball, comes down,
Boom.
Down, touchdown. He's good.
Edwards is a good athlete, but you're right, Kirk. You cannot have him covering a guy in space.
Mario Edwards, 275 pounds. Kurt Roper calls a great call here to get Edwards out in space with a tight end. He never saw the football. And how about the freshman Harris? We just talked about they can't get it into the end zone. Harris puts it out there on the wheel route for the touchdown.
So a second potential stunning turn of momentum in this game as the Gators get a touchdown following the fumbled punt.
Here he is right here. He's going to just go out on a wheel route. And the big fella right here who usually rushes the quarterback, now he's out on a tight end trying to stay with him man to man. He looks over that right shoulder, but by the time he did, the ball's already in the air. He loses the tight end, Burton. And a good throw by Harris, and just like that, right before the toss, they'll get the ball to start the second half.
You know, the Gators had not blocked a kick all year. This was their last chance to do so. They'd done so every year since 1992. Hadn't done one all year long. Whitfield stumbles. Interesting to see if they...
Losing J.T. Barrett, who's become one of the great stories in the college football this year.
By the way, as Williams takes a handoff for a short gain, notice that Baylor not blowing out.
Job Thanksgiving night, went into Austin and knocked off Texas in impressive fashion.
Reese, Lou, and Mark, much more at halftime coming up as we join Heather Cox with Jimbo Fisher.
Chris, thanks so much. Coach, after 3 first-quarter interceptions, what was your advice to Jameis to turn things around?
No, we just got to pick up a blitz and just keep making plays and just forget it and move on. He did a good job. What's killing us is special teams. We're losing the field, but every drive has been a 90-yard drive, and then we have that right there. We have a guy missed there. They stemmed over. We're supposed to move over and block it. We didn't do it, and that cost us.
How does that special teams mistake that led to a Gator touchdown really change the tenor on the sideline?
It doesn't. We're up halftime. We're ahead by 5. Go play second half.
Thanks, Jimbo. Chris?
Presentation of the ACC on ESPN. ACC trying to make it 4-0 head-to-head against the SEC, but more importantly, Florida State trying to stay on track for a playoff spot as they head to Charlotte for the conference championship game next week against Georgia Tech. Jameis Winston throws more interceptions in the first quarter than Marcus Mariota has thrown all season long, but then responds. 2 long touchdown drives. Terrence Smith's pick 6 got him going. But the Gators pick up a fumble before halftime on an attempted punt, and that's a 5-point game.
Yeah, amazing job by Jameis Winston and Florida State, again, keeping their composure when a lot of things were not going their way early. But the block punt at the end of the first half by Florida gives them, I think, life. And Will Muschamp's able to talk to his team at halftime and say, hey, fellas, 21-16. We can get back in this game. We get the ball to start the second half. And if you're Jimbo Fisher, you say, hey, guys, second half, we own it. This is who we've been all year long. Now we go. So this will be a good, interesting 30 minutes of football.
Aguayo set to boot it away. DeVoe standing in his end zone. It's short by Aguayo standards, taken at the 4-yard line. Darting up the far sideline as Dubose has a lane and a couple blockers and a nice return to set Florida.
Teams hang around with Florida State for 30, but can you battle them for 60 minutes?
There's a first down handoff by Kelvin Taylor. Knowles have done a good job smothering the run.
Do that, they want more movement up front. Also looking to limit Florida State's explosive plays, guys.
Smothered again is Taylor, no gain.
Big fella number 11 works around the left guard here. 63 struggles to be able to get leverage, and big Derek Mitchell's able to come in there along with the linebackers, but he was the one initially making the play. They've gotten penetration along with the linebacker play from Smith and Northrup. It's been tough on this Gator offense to try to establish that run game.
Gators not much success in the second quarter on third down. They need 5. Harris in the pocket, delivers far side. Catch made, and trying to escape was Robbins. Quarterback keeper Harris takes off. Could not break a tackle there, but that was a tackle by Andrews that prevented a really big gain. High snap, collected. Handed off again to Taylor on first down. Nothing there. Reggie.
The Treon Harris ability to run in the zone read has got to become a factor for Florida in this second half.
Matthew Thomas, the linebacker, suspended in the first half for targeting. Eligible to come back in there, but it's still Northup at that position. As Harris drops back, fires. Low throw. And making the catch.
And Ramsey, he just ran away from him in man-to-man coverage. Gators moving right down the field.
First down handoff. And having to dodge penetration quickly. Gators to be in deep trouble. 21-9 with about a minute to go in the first half. Suddenly a chance to claim a lead here. It's Taylor. And they cut it back. Bouncing off guys. Still running down to the 6. A flag comes down. Hunter tackled him. That's right in the center of that offensive line pit.
It's a hold.
Holding. 73 offense. 10 yards. Still second down.
It's Tyler Moore, the guard.
His first play, see him over there left guard. Makes a switch over. He introduces himself. Wow, that's Eddie Goldman I'm going up against.
He's produced a lot of holding calls. So the Gators backed up to the 20, 2nd and 14. Matt Jones in the game to the right of Harris. Harris drops back, delivers a strike to Dunbar. Short gain, well covered by Wildy backfield. The back Jones is to the bottom of the formation. Harris looks over the middle, batted down again. You know, flying in was Jalen Ramsey with those long arms, the disruptive safety to knock it away. He is so good at that.
He has become, really, that's become his strength. Up the top right of the screen, nobody picks him up. It's a miscommunication on the way they slid the protection. Or Harris needs to get the ball out quicker, but the long arms of Ramsey always a problem.
Step up in the second half and make play after play after play.
And he did it in different areas, blitzing and coverage.
Made the pick to clinch it. Once again, Austin Harden, a 32-yard field goal. He is 4 for 4. Gators back within 2. Taking duties, and he has been clutch.
Has responded.
Boot into the end zone, and they'll bring it out. Whitfield picks his way to the 23.
A couple big touchdowns there for the Noles.
Florida State's first possession of the second half, when Winston has been so outstanding under pressure this season. They hand it to Cook. Makes his way in the middle for about 2.
A slow start again with those 3 interceptions. Could not have looked any worse.
Good protection. Winston fires far side, but over the head of Cook, especially after halftime in recent games. They need 9 on third down. Flag comes down as Winston scrambles. Hit hard right near the marker. Will get the first down, but that's back in the holding zone.
Yeah, either that or there's a Florida player without a helmet on. And I don't know if Cam Irving, who is Dante Fowler, Cam Irving from Florida State, was on top of him.
The third down run did give Florida State a first down. This may nullify it.
Holding, 75 offense, 10 yards, still third down.
You know, test the waters after this season. Got to hurry. Play clock at 1 as Winston snaps it. Here's Cook, hit immediately, spins away. Tough running to get some of the yardage back.
You heard Heather Cox say that Will Muschamp talked to his team. There's some major collisions going on here on this third down. But Will Muschamp said to his team, hey guys, we've got to challenge them there in his start of this half.
Beatty's last punt, he never even actually punted it, just dropped it as the pressure got to him. Much better protection here, but it's a low kick, and DeBose comes up and makes a quick fair and lead. Harris, a first down throw. Has protection, delivers over the middle, diving pick. Jalen Ramsey again. Steps up when his team needs him. The third pick thrown by the young quarterback.
Well, we talked about the plays that he made a couple weeks ago against Miami. They've been picking on Ramsey on these crossing routes and man coverage. He goes airborne, parallel to the line of scrimmage. You know, they might take another look at that. Did the ball hit the ground? Did the ball hit the ground as he came down?
It might have, but that's such a great effort.
Oh, my God.
By Ramsey.
It's an interception by
I mean,
the
he is
defense.
laid out to make
Play is
that
under
play.
review.
Here's the best look by far.
Okay, the ball gets to his hands. Yeah, I think it came out.
Yeah, it came out. But can we give him an A+ for effort? I mean, that's insane.
The ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10 from the Florida 44-yard line on the right hash. The clock is good. Thank you.
The defense.
Inviting the crowd to get on their feet. And here comes the war chant.
Here comes on the blitz.
Second down handoff to Jones. Nothing there. The Noles have been
Defensive ends and linebackers for yards.
third and about 9.5. Harris can scramble. He's got a lot of room. He's got a first down. Scoots out. Harris has been the most effective runner today for the Gators. Only carried it 4 times.
Pull that.
Fumble. They dive for it, and Harris able to just wrestle the ball away.
You have a defensive end right here that's been closing constantly. He's trying to pull this out. It's a little miscommunication. If he's able to get off of that play fake, he can easily, with his quickness, get around Casher and pick up 8 to 10 yards.
Looks like the Noles' philosophy has been they lost 3. In the pocket, Harris delivers far side, had a man open. 3rd and 13.
Here's Jalen Ramsey. Let's see if they bring him.
He doesn't blitz. Harris steps up again. Flag down. Harris is going to scramble for another first down, but this is going to come back.
Looks like
Holding, 73 offense, 10 yards, still third down.
right. The reason we saw
Negated a 16-yard run. The first down, and makes it 3rd and 23.
Florida State will start spying on this quarterback from now on 3rd down.
They just hand it off to Jones. Nothing there. So the holding. Only the 3rd punt for Kyle Christie. Green standing at his 14-yard line. Green watches it bounce into the end zone. So a touchback, protecting that 2-point lead. Play action. Jameis almost stumbled going back. Now fires into traffic, and it's batted down. Now a second down handoff to Dalvin Cook, who can get the edge. Cook flashing his speed. A flag comes down in the backfield. Cook is still running. Still going inside the 35-yard line, but the flag is way back in the offensive line pit.
Yeah, Freddie Stevenson, the fullback, he's pleading his case.
23 deep offense. Half the distance to the goal, second down.
49-yard run negated.
He's trying to block Dante Fowler, who's right here, and 23 is right there. They're trying to get this ball, kind of a counter play outside right there. Again, we've seen a few holding calls tonight that have been marginal, but when you get your hand up there on that jersey, officials are all over it.
10, 2nd and 20. Jameis steps up in the flat to Cook, tries to get away, breaks a couple tackles, still running. Dalvin Cook showing why he is a tremendous second-half weapon, and now another flag comes out on the far sideline of the Gator bench. It's going to be another personal foul out of bounds on Florida.
After the player is out of bounds, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 2 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
It's Jabari Gorman, 15, tacked onto the 30-yard play.
Another mental error. How about Michael Taylor trying to stay with Dalvin Cook? Talking about holds, I think the true freshman here got away with one going up against Brian Cox. He definitely holds here as Jameis Winston steps up in the pocket, but there's no way Michael Taylor, a middle linebacker, is Dalvin Cook.
This is Pender taking the handoff. Just praise the officials and you say he missed a hold right there.
I think he did.
It's getting chippier, Kirk, isn't it?
Sure is.
Jalen Tabor, a freshman, back chirping with the sidelines there. He was chirping at Fisher a little bit. As Winston steps up, spins away, takes a hard hit. Much more mobile than the Boston College game. Rudolph in motion on 3rd and 11. Winston well protected, picked off, intercepted. Poole has had a monster game, sets up Florida at the 31, a 4th Winston interception.
And it's, I'll tell you what, Chris, for the second time, he doesn't locate Brian Poole in coverage. Poole is right here, 24, and watch how he sits right underneath. Here's the route. He doesn't even see Poole right here, or he underestimates his size and ability to go up and make the play. But Poole just kind of hiding back in coverage, kind of in a robber situation, right in the middle of that defense. Comes up with another big-time play for the Gators. You're right, he has had a
handoff. Another short gain. They just grab the tailback. Taylor. Can the Gators take the lead, cash it in? Harris, a backward pass. Gets the ball up to Robinson. Gets a block on the edge. A flag. Another flag comes in as he was jawing at the official. That is a costly mistake by Pittman.
And now he's going after his own player.
Now we said, Kirk, the emotions have been pretty much held in check, but tight game, late 3rd quarter, starting to bubble up in a big way. Going to be 2 fouls on the Gators. Yep, a hold and then an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play was over.
Yeah, that'll be
2 fouls on the play, 1 live, 1 after the play. Holding, number 9, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 9. 15 yards to be administered on the succeeding spot. Still second down. That is number 9's first unsportsmanlike foul.
Chris, this is a problem here for me is the holding call right here. I mean, you see that on almost every play, and then he puts Hunter on his back. That was questionable. Now, what happens here, you don't condone, you hate to see that. I'm glad the officials flagged him for that, whatever he said. But another holding call that was questionable.
Pittman lost his cool, said something. Gators back in their own territory. Harris now trying to escape. Makes a man miss and dives down at the 42-yard line.
Here with Will Muschamp.
Final minute of the 3rd quarter on 3rd and 21. Harris steps up. Caught. Back to the 3rd yards as well. Trying to go 5 for 5 and give the Gators a 1-point lead. Nope. Pushed it to the right. And a flag is down. Hold on. A flag is down
Remember, Will Muschamp was frustrated the last time that Jalen Ramsey went up in the air. And I don't know if that's what the flag is about. Nope, looks like it's going to go against Florida, but that's what Will Muschamp was fired up earlier.
There is no foul for leaping over the line of scrimmage.
Muschamp track. So the 2 penalties against Pittman, pushing the Gators back and spoiling the scoring opportunity as the Noles take over. Cook running free in the final play of the 3rd quarter moves the Noles into Florida territory. So 15 minutes to go, a back and forth rivalry game with the intensity picking up. Back after these messages for the final quarter. Take over to begin the final quarter in plus territory. Dalvin Cook, so good. 3rd and 4th quarters against defenses that begin
On the next play.
Second down, far side delivery, out of bounds, first down.
Our gain.
Have we ever seen a team finish better than this one in college football? Cook takes off. Takes a shot at the 31-yard line. Mississippi State battling with Ole Miss, and the Rebels are in front there in the Egg Bowl. This is Pender knocked down. Seminoles need 2 on 3rd down. Cook is to the right of Winston. Amos is going to throw. Flushed out. Gets away. Stays alive, but is now dropped. A sack on 3rd and 2. Dante Fowler pressured him. Jameis gets up a little slowly. Darius Cummings was there to clean it up.
Well, and I'll tell you, most of these routes, Chris, were taking a long time to be run by the Florida State receivers. You watch these guys go downfield, with the exception of a crossing route here over the middle, who he had, but he had to avoid Dante Fowler. Everybody else was running downfield, and eventually the Gators close in on him. Cox misses him low, and then 2 big Gators come in there to finish it off. Fowler and also Cummings.
Gators trying to be alert for a potential fake here. And it is a fake. They snap it short. And getting the tackle there to prevent the first down. They don't get it.
Look, Alex Anzalone, the linebacker, the backup linebacker, is there to make the play. 34 in white. Chris, you were talking about it. Florida's
big Mario Edwards.
Yeah, Mario Edwards gets the ball in his hands, but the linebacker comes in there, goes low, thankfully, and keeps Mario Edwards.
That would snap a 4-game SEC losing streak by the Rebels and open up a slot. You're exactly right, Reese. Harris now, a downfield shot, has a man wide open, jump ball. Robinson did not come down with it, inbounds. And with some hesitation, there's a flag down. The Gators are moving. This is not Canadian football. Can't have a couple of guys move.
Martin snap, false start, 88 offense, 5 yards, to a first down.
Harris hit in the backfield and dropped. DeMarcus Walker plowed through, joined by Goldman. Gators are going backwards.
Yeah, outstanding penetration up front. Eddie Goldman and DeMarcus Walker. You'll see 44 getting in there in a hurry. Right there makes the initial contact. Eddie Goldman also put in a position to be able to win his block as well. So this is when he's running some kind of option look or scrambling, many times off of the pass.
Lose 5 with the penalty and 4 with the run. On 2nd and 19, Harris fires behind Robinson.
Try to get it to the middle.
They hand it off. Jones gets the edge, is upended at the 25-yard line by Williams. Last one from 52, this from 42 for the lead. Nope, wide right. again. And the Seminoles still in front. 4 for 6 now for the sophomore. College last week missed a potential go-ahead field goal in the final minutes. Jameis drove FSU down, and Aguayo won it with a field goal. Now the Gators have missed a couple field goals with a chance to take the lead. A flag comes down on the first down carry by Cook. Give credit, though, to the Florida State defense, Kirk. They've been put in bad positions by their offense the entire game. They've limited the running game of Florida, limited the big plays, clinging to a lead.
Yep.
And they've accounted for a touchdown as well, the pick 6.
Number 6 on the defense, 5 yards, still first down.
But no touchdowns.
First and 5, Cook hit by I formation. Cook running right, penetration, hit for a loss. Michael Taylor came. Not coached by Muschamp, but making some plays tonight. So 3rd and 8. Gators crowding the line. Winston gets good protection. Takes off. Headed for the marker, tackled high and hard by Dante Fowler. But he does get first down yardage.
Well, this is where Jameis, he's looking. His eyes are up, looking for that first down marker. Dante Fowler is closing in. A major collision. But the awareness, he saw the man-to-man coverage, and even with that bad ankle, he still fights and gets that first down.
Took a shot to the head. Crucial first down to keep the clock moving. Cook takes off. They tried to rip the ball free, and then Cook almost busted a really long gain. Gets it into Florida territory. 17 yards.
You better be ready. Trey Jackson leads the way, pulls from the right, 54. Also the tight end, Nick O'Leary, picks up a block. And with the quickness of Dalvin Cook, if you don't have gap integrity, he's going to make one guy miss. We've seen him do it all year. He's going to take it all the way to the house.
Carlos Williams knocked out Louisville. Miami now a career-high 124 yards. He's got it again. Wrapped up for a short game as we check minutes. They fake it to Cook. Winston fires over the middle. O'Leary makes the catch inside the 30. O'Leary, with his 4th catch, has both of Winston's touchdowns tonight.
You're going to have O'Leary right here work back. The receiver clears it out. You're going to have a fullback in the flat. But watch Nick O'Leary. This play takes a while. That's why you have the quarterback rolling out. You have him covered here, and there the tight end frees up. Great recognition and finding him there by Jameis Winston.
Cook hit hard. 1-yard loss. Emotional O'Leary, and now whistle before the snap. The false start.
Right side of the offensive line.
False start, 51 offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Them all night with a certain snap count, going in a little bit faster tempo, and then you slow it down, it affects them.
Winston has it in the backfield. They wrestle him down, slam him down hard. Is the ball out? Oh, he handed it off just before he got.
94, Cox has him. He's about to pull him down, and Jameis Winston just a little shovel pass.
That's risky.
Well, it'd be an incompletion if he ended up dropping it.
If he dropped it, yeah, but he's throwing it like winding down on 3rd and 18. They are within range, but just barely. And now a timeout taken from
40 years ago.
Reese, thank you. 3rd and 18. A handoff from Cook, who takes off and finds a seam. Knocked down at the 20. Short of a first down. But he's improved the chances for a field goal, assuming that's what Fisher decides to do. Boy, he is yards, a career high. Sets up a 37-yarder for Aguayo, who has missed only 2 this year. Knocks it through. So the Seminoles stretch the lead to 5. Gators have 3:23 to work with. So the Seminoles up by 5. Jimbo Fisher tells us, I sleep like a baby at night. I always know my guys are going to come through. I trust him. And he does. But look at the stress on the face. It's been like that building up throughout the season. Same thing against Boston College. Aguayo boots it deep, and Dubose, who has 4 career returns for touchdowns, is going to bring it out. Good coverage.
In practice to prepare him for this kind of setting in this environment against this kind of defense.
Flag. I think the Noles came off the edge quickly. Harris escapes and scampers, and that penalty won't matter as he gets out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I think they'll decline that. DeMarcus Walker, number 44, jumped the gun there a little bit, trying to get that pass rush. Boy, Harris, their best play is when Harris evades
Offside.
pressure.
Defense number 44. The penalty is declined. First down.
You think about it. In this 27-game streak, when they've needed to, has been able to make plays. Harris, plenty of time. A dart, incomplete. Trying to get it across.
And a true freshman to play that slot receiver in Powell.
Harris now takes off and is dragged down at the 35.
Knock some yards in a hurry.
Batted down again for a 3rd time.
The nickelback Jalen Ramsey, but it was Mario Edwards and that big right hand knocking that ball down against the quick pass.
The Noles perhaps one stop here from stretching the win streak to 28.
Got to win up top. Florida State's going to call the timeout.
Career Will Muschamp, and he's going to go for it on 4th and 8.
Chris, I said earlier, you've got to win with DeMarcus Robinson in this one-on-one matchup up at the top. Now the Gators are going to call a timeout. I thought they might save all their timeouts in case they didn't make it. If you don't, if you don't make it here on 4th down and Florida State and Jameis Winston get the ball back, you got to think they're going to run the ball 3 straight times. You have 3 timeouts. You forced a field goal. You're down 8, but you're still in the mix. Now you use a timeout. Now you got to make the. Now you got to convert here. The game's over. Tonight, a lot of the same thing.
Can Harris produce, a true freshman?
They've moved Robinson to the slot now.
Noles bring pressure. Harris fires downfield, looping throw incomplete, and a flag comes in. A flag comes in. Ronald Darby was defending down the middle. Pass interference, Florida State.
But Chris, I think it might have been Tyler Hunter, the safety, who was up against the young freshman.
Defense number 26. 15 yards, previous spot.
26 didn't touch it. Where the official was standing right here. This is where the official withdrew the flag. That was the only,
right?
And that was the only contact there was against any Florida State defender. That's the contact right there.
So a 4th and 8 penalty, and the crowd here voicing strong displeasure. But the Gators at midfield now with 2:11. Harris, plenty of time, directing traffic, fires over the head. The Noles pass.
In the circumstances here.
Good protection again. Downfield throw again, incomplete. 2 plays to get 10 yards. Harris, a ton of time. Over the middle, fires into heavy traffic. Incomplete. It bounced. Diving it.
Ball, another timeout. This is when you go over to your quarterback and you say, what do you like? What are you most comfortable with?
Well, at this point in his development, throwing from the pocket is not the strength of Treon Harris. They've got him good protection. Hadn't been sacked yet today. Florida State, again, a stop away from extending the streak. Longest streak in the last 30 years here. One more, and they get to 28, tying 2 different streaks by Alabama and one by Oklahoma. They survive. They'll play for 29 in a row in Charlotte. Next week, ACC championship game against Georgia Tech.
Got to find matchups. The receivers have beaten these corners when they've had their chances one-on-one. They've moved to Marcus Robinson, their best receiver again, to the slot to the left.
Harris delivers over the middle, behind his receiver. Had Robinson open, couldn't find him. And the Noles take over.
A tough throw, but a ball that DeMarcus Robinson gets both his hands on and has a chance to make a spectacular catch. 4th down and long. He finds the soft spot in the zone between the linebackers and the safety, and I know the ball is thrown behind him. He's your best receiver. You'd love to think that he'd have a chance to be able to make that play.
On that drive, Harris 0 for 6, not able to complete a pass. It was prolonged by the pass interference call. Florida had to burn 2 timeouts in that sequence as well, so they're down to 1. Some miscommunication. Jameis went one way, Cook was on the other side of him.
Seeing him make these kind of mistakes.
I think the frustration is shown on Jimbo Fisher, who really does defend his quarterback in every way. But he's continually said a lot of these mistakes are not Jameis's fault. He's talked about the receivers, other people, but I think, Kirk, you pointed out earlier, the interceptions and some of these plays that have confounded you after halftime, it's just not been typical Jameis Winston tonight.
No, not at all. And even the facial expressions, you don't usually see this in the second half from Jameis. Usually it's that laser focus, locked in on what needs to happen. In fact, this entire team, offense and defense, feeds off of his energy, his decision making, what he does on the football field. And I think Florida State has to look at themselves and consider themselves very fortunate to be able to get out of here with a 24-19 win. Don't forget that pick 6 and how that changed this game around by Terrence Smith.
Cook takes the handoff. He is knocked down with 48 seconds to go. It's 4th down. They just have to snap it with about 7 seconds to go and survive again. Jameis Winston, just 12 of 24, a career high 4 picks, the first FBS quarterback this year to throw 3 picks in the first quarter. But the Florida State defense rising up. Florida not cashing in those mistakes like they needed to. Smith with the pick 6. And Fisher's team just knows how to win games. Wasn't classic finishing by any means. They held on barely today, but they win, survive, and advance. And you will not keep them out of a playoff if they keep winning, that's for sure.
No. I mean, if they win this game, which they're going to, and they beat Georgia Tech, Florida State's going to go into the Final Four. And
far from flawless, but enough to survive again, barring a crazy mishap here. Beatty on the punt, just takes a step, boots it away. Trying to make a play is DuBose. 0-0's on the clock, and the Gator knocked down at the 30-yard line. A flag does come in. There was a flag way back where it was punted.
He roughed the punter.
Running into the kicker. That penalty will be declined. Ball game is over.
So Florida State marches on to the ACC championship game. Win streak intact, 28 in a row, and Will Muschamp's Florida coaching career is over. 2 friends embracing here. They go back to Saban's staff at LSU. We'll see Muschamp back on the sidelines very soon, probably as a defensive coordinator somewhere.
No doubt about it.
And we'll see Fisher and the Yellow Jackets in Charlotte next Saturday night, 1 step away from a playoff. Down to Heather Cox.
Chris, thanks so much. Coach, congratulations. You finished undefeated regular season back-to-back. Something that no FSU team has ever done. How have you maintained such a level of focus throughout 28 consecutive games?
It is. The kids have felt it. They do play. We got a lot of room to improve. Our defense was tremendous tonight. They just keep fighting and finding ways, and my hat's off to our kids. And we got to play better, though. I got to coach them better, and we got to play better.
You talk about wanting to improve, wanting to play better. Where can those areas be improved?
Well, I think a little bit of everything. I think that the rivalry games, you don't ever know what goes on, but we guys got to clean up, take care of the ball a little better.
You talk about rivalry games all week. You've preached about execution over emotion.
the time. We had a lot of it, we didn't. But we did it at the right time, and that's what matters.
Coach, without Carlos Williams out there and with Jameis Winston having an atypical night, what has the emergence of Dalvin Cook done for this offense?
Dalvin Cook has become a big-time player, and it was a big-time job by him tonight. We relied on him the whole night.
You've talked so much about your team's ability to finish games, but what do you say to those that hold close games against you?
Hey, the object of the game is to win. It's not figure skating. The object of the game is to win. It's not judging. It's a wins and losses on the scoreboard. But at the same time, we do have to play better. But, hey, we're undefeated. We're the only undefeated team in the country. And we got to get better because I'm going to tell you what, we got a good Georgia Tech team waiting on us.
Congrats on 28 straight, Coach. Thank you.
It is not figure skating. The folks here at Doak Campbell got their money's worth. Clemson in overtime, Notre Dame, Boston College, and now Florida. The Noles head to Charlotte 12-0. They win it by 5. So we've seen Mississippi State struggle, Ohio State advance, Florida State advance, Oregon is later, and now Alabama is coming up against Auburn. For Heather and Kirk, so long for now from Tallahassee. Time now for the Iron Bowl at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Brent Musburger and Jesse Palmer. Guys, they've waited.